What actually constitutes a Christian song? Like, is some vague reference to a vague spiritual concept enough to put it in the Christian category? Because if that be the case, then, like the entirety of Slayer's work all throughout those years needs to be categorized as Christian music. So if we take a song like Journey, Don't Stop Believing, is that a Christian song? Well, according to a Methodist church not too long ago, it is. It's like I live in the Twilight Zone. Ladies and gentlemen, please subscribe to this channel if you will. My name is Spencer Smith. I'm a Baptist preacher. We do contemporary theological issues and speak about things regarding churches and the such like. And we want to make you in the loop on a lot of these issues, and go watch our Third Adam series. A couple years ago, I got burdened about a topic of the direction churches were going. I wrote a book called Calling Evil Good, the live Christian rock and roll, available right here, as you can see, on our Amazon page. Go check it out. The link in the description below. This book has actually hit #1 in the contemporary Christian music category, I think 3 times now. So praise the Lord for that. Go ahead and get you a copy of that book. Please do so. It will change your outlook on contemporary Christian music as a whole. Guys, we cannot afford to allow the line between what is right and wrong, good and evil, holy and unholy. We cannot allow that line to be blurred. That is a non-negotiable. It is an essential. It is a fundamental thing that we do not allow that line to turn gray. It's essential. And I want you to see here back in the Old Testament, the book of Isaiah, that they were dealing with stuff like this. Isaiah 5 verse 20 says, "Woe unto them that call evil good and good evil, and put darkness for light and light for darkness, that put bitter for sweet and sweet for bitter." Now, if that doesn't describe today's religious scene, I don't know what does. Larry Norman was a man who created what many call the first Christian rock and roll album, Upon This Rock, and I believe that was in the 1970s, early 70s, I believe. And just ever since then, we have spiraled as a Christian church. Really, churches especially have gone a more progressive route, to the point where the line between the world and the church has become so blurred. We have a worldly church and a churchy world. And it's not helpful. The cause of Christ is not advancing. The gospel is not going forward in these congregations. These people literally are pretending to be the world because they are the world. And this is something we have debated for a very long time. Now, I want to say and be very clear, there is no such thing as Christian rock and roll. The big lie that all this stuff is based on is the lie that music is amoral. Okay, if music is amoral and music has no effect on your emotions and your behavior, then why do they not play Swedish death metal in elevators? Why do they not do that? It's because music is moral. Okay, they don't play rap music and nightclub music in elevators, and they don't play Chopin and Beethoven in nightclubs. They don't play that kind of music there. Why? Because music is not amoral. You cannot put Christian words to a worldly, fleshly beat and expect God to get the glory out of that. All you have done is create religious flesh. That's all you've done. And I want to show you an example of that here in this. Chris Humphreys actually sent this to me. I have no idea where this dude got this clip. But this is a Methodist church. And they are going to, let me skip past here, they're going to say a word about the offering, and then they're going to bring in this little lady right here. She's going to sing. Let me just make it a little smaller and allow her to speak. But they're going to start playing Don't Stop Believing by Journey in a church service. Here you go.
Said last week, I didn't ever think I was going to be doing this one here. I've done this song a lot of times, but never in church. So anyway, hope you all enjoy.
She just said, I've done this song a lot of times, but never in church. Here we go. Here we go. This is where Jesus is going to get glory here. This is where, the flesh is going to be put down and the Spirit of God is going to have rule and reign in our hearts. Here we go. Ready to go. Somebody play the track up there in the sound room. Somebody play the track. Let's go. I hate that awkward silence between songs. Let's get it going. Okay, let's go. Oh, there it is. Just a small town girl Living in a lonely world. Yeah, the Lord's in that. For a smile she can spend the night. It goes on and on. A song about fornicating. Oh, oh, the Lord's in this song. Oh, she's going to sing it. I can't believe it. This stuff is so dumb. I mean, just shredding that electric guitar for Jesus. This is flesh. This is mockery is what it is. Let me play this a little bit more for you. Guys, I can't play it because there'll be a copyright strike on my channel or a copyright claim. And so I got to play little sections of it. That's just how the rules work. But guys, playing Don't Stop Believing in a church means that you have no discernment. And it's not about music, guys. Please do not think for a second that any of this has to do about music. This has to do with the very character and nature of who God is. And if the Jesus that you worship is standing in heaven with a bandana on his head, sunglasses on his face, and a Fender Stratocaster around his shoulders, playing Eric Clapton licks, then you worship a false Jesus. Please hear me. If the Jesus that you worship has a baseball hat on backwards and is tattooed up and down his arms and is yo, 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 dog, no, I'm saying yo, yo, yo. If that is your Jesus, then you worship a false Christ. That's not the God of the Bible. Jesus is holy, which means he's set apart from all of that. That's not, guys, I struggle. I feel like I'm kicking a dead horse sometimes. I really do. And I feel so bad. Because it's not about music. None of this never has been about music. Some people say Spencer Smith's the great champion against contemporary Christian music. I'm not. Music's not the issue. That is not what we're talking about here. We're talking about doctrine. We're talking about seducing spirits and doctrines of devils. We're talking about the line between the world and the church becoming blurred. That's what we're talking about. That's what we're all about here. And listen, the line between good and evil cannot be blurred, or else we'll find ourselves on the side of evil very quickly. I think the church today is not following Christ. I think the church today is trying to be the entertainment venue of the world. And guys, listen, please hear me. When you go this route, when you're trying to do the journey stuff, whoa, in your church, when you go to that side of the fence, you are on the wrong side of Christian history. You are on the opposite side of Charles Spurgeon, the opposite side of A.W. Tozier, the opposite side of R.A. Torrey. You are on the opposite side of over 2,000 years of church history. You are on the wrong side of the fence. And it's not about music. This is about the gospel. The gospel calls you to come out from among her and be ye separate. Come away from the world, come away from sin, and come unto Christ is the message of the gospel. But no, how do you come away from sin in the world when you're up to your eyeballs in it yourself? And how do you come away from sin in the world if your church is the world? How do you do it? You don't. And you die and go to hell. We have articulated this position as well as I could in my book, Calling Evil Good, The Live Christian Rock and Roll. Guys, this is a very important book. So important that I dropped it. I want you to get a copy of this book. I want you to go read it. I want you to check it out. I want you to just check your heart and read this book. This book will change your mind. And I think that music is the dividing line that separates Orthodox churches from unorthodox churches today. And some people say, well, you're too passionate about this. I'm passionate about who the Lord is. I'm passionate about the God that saved my soul when I was 18. I'm passionate about the gospel, and I want people to be saved. I do. I want people to come to know Christ. But this pot-smoking, hippie, yo, gangster Jesus is not the Jesus of the Bible. It's not. It's not. It's a false Christ, and people are receiving this false Christ and having a false born-again experience with a Kundalini experience and a Kundalini awakening, which is straight out of Eastern mysticism, and they are absolutely feeling something when they get this music in their soul, the Hillsong, the Bethels, when they raise their hands, ooh and ah, they are feeling something, but it is not the Holy Spirit of God. It is a false Christ, a false born-again experience. It is something. These people are dying and going to hell believing in Jesus, but it is the wrong Jesus. And if you watch this video and say, Brother Spencer's legalistic about music, then you absolutely do not understand what we are talking about. It's not about music. It's about calling evil good and good evil. That's what it's all about. God help me. God help these people who think that this is okay. That song has nothing to do with any Bible concept. It's a vague reference to believing. Oh, believe. I mean, at this rate, with these rules and this logic, R. Kelly's song, I believe I can fly, I believe I can touch the sky, that may as well be put in the hymn book. You may as well put that in the hymn book too. You don't believe in Jesus, you believe in the world. You are the world, you worship like the world, you act like the world, you dress like the world, because you are the world. And our friend Levi pointed out as well, is there any coincidence here that this church has a woman pastor as well? You violate God's order. You kick the first domino over, it all falls. And your grandkids die and go to hell. That's what's at stake here. Doctrine matters, baby. Doctrine matters. And I'm going to keep saying it. I'm going to keep preaching it. I'm going to keep ranting all over the internet until the whole world hears. Doctrine matters. The gospel matters. Get the book. It'll change your life. Subscribe if you're new. God bless you, friend.